What's going on, y'all? It's your boy BSL in the building, and this is Let's Talk Tuesday. You know that feeling where like you're recording, but there's actually a big spider that's about to crawl on your video camera? Why do people not work out? It's a question that, kind of puzzles me sometimes. But then at the same time, I think to myself, hey, you know what? I was in that situation just a couple of years ago. A little bit of my story. People don't really know, I guess, my story. So I'm going to talk about it for a little bit. Basically, since I was a kid, a little chubby, people used to make fun of me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't that serious, though, because I wasn't that fat. High school, I got a whole bunch of growth spurts, taller than most people, 6'1", 6'2", something like that, whatever. I can eat pizza, one box. My brothers can testify, my family. Eat a box of pizza, go play basketball for 6 hours. That's what it was. I could do that whenever I wanted because of the mere fact that I was actually staying somewhat active. I was a pizza maniac, and but it didn't make me fat because I was working out or playing basketball 5-6 hours. Came to school, got big, gained 25 pounds in 3 months in 2008 when I went to college. And then somebody put a bet that I couldn't get a six-pack. I lost the bet, but I lost 25 pounds from February to April. Yeah, from February to April, I lost 25 pounds. I didn't get a six-pack. I got a strong core though, and you could see some definition, but it was definitely not a six-pack. Then around January, February, where I was benching probably 200 as my maximum. Once again, I was bet that I can't bench 315 by April something. And I was like, 300. Like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I got to 280. Didn't get to 300. I didn't get to 300. That was 2010 until I think 2011 of March. So, I got to 300 finally, and then I stopped working out for another 6 months. And then that was back when all I used to do was chest and arms. So, working out for me was a very sporadic thing. I didn't really do it too much. And it was something that I did because of consent, as if I was trying to prove myself to other people, I was always a defensive person. I still am sometimes. I'm trying to work on that as I grow. When you put it into perspective, spider's still there. So when you put it into perspective, my life of working out was not serious. Spent most of that just trying to appease others. I married 2013, and my wife's making a whole bunch of cooking now. I'm not having to, eat 2 meals a day. I could eat 4 meals a day. And then I have a job that I'm working overnights on. And that's when everything just went downhill, and I got to my heaviest 250. Never been 250 in my life before. I was fat, man. I don't care what anybody says, I was fat. And I still remember my buddy Steve told me in November, end of November, beginning of December, he was like, yo, let's get it together, man. And I had never looked back since January, I believe 3rd, when I came back to school. I have spent a maximum of maybe 4 days off because of a sickness, flu, stuff like that, fevers. In a span of 6 to 7 months, I'd probably take 4 days off. It was something that was very, and I feel very proud of. I was very dedicated, something that I've never really been so dedicated to before, when it came to extracurricular activities. And I feel great. Till this day, I feel great. I went down to 250. Didn't really know about cutting or meal prepping and stuff like that, or nutrition basically. and in 3-4 months, I only lost 5 pounds. But you can definitely see a difference in my body. So when I started the Chris Jones meal plan, that's when I was able to drop another 35 pounds. So I lost 35 pounds in 3 months. After I lost those 35 pounds in 3 months, started working out, started doing a lot more of my own understanding of nutrition. And I went to an all-time low of 198, I want to say February or March of this year. And, I was just like, wow, get the spider freak. It's like, yo, this is it. And I was lean, lean, mean, fighting machine, 6-pack, arms cut, all that, man. But I was just, I want to say about June, July, I started finding myself stagnant again. I got a job. I wasn't in school at the time, and then I had a job that was 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm still working that job, but I found my workouts were still stagnant. So I said, yo, let me get back to this. And I got into the Arnold Blueprint program. Let me get my mass back up. So I'm now bulking up, and it's really good. It's really good. It feels great. Right now I'm at 220, 222, something like that. But it's not a fat 222, it's really strong, muscular build. So, this is my story. This is like a quick snippet. The whole point of that was I had to find a true purpose to why I wanted to work out. I'm going to do this whole working out thing, this whole exercise, living right, eating right for me. I'm going to do it for my own success. I don't care about what anybody else has to say. I'm going to do it for me. That's why this has been so much more successful than any other time that I've decided to do it, because I cared not about anybody else's perspective of me, but about what God wanted for me to do, about how I wanted to live my life, how long I wanted to live for, to the best of my ability. And also, just to be able to do the things that I want to do with the people that are around me without having to feel sluggish and tired and, bad all the time. There was a point in time I was walking up to class, up the staircase, and I was feeling tired just walking up the staircase, So I needed this for me. You got to figure out something strong to why you work out. So you tell yourself, I work out because I want to fit in the dress, or I work out because I want to, look good in my groomsman tux, or, something like that, right? You get there 3 months later, that's your goal. You get to your goal. A lot of times, though, what happens is people get to that goal and they stop. There needs to be something that means more to you than just a very momentary, pleasurable joy, because those things only last for a season. Is it for you to be to be healthy and living life to its fullest forever, or is it just to make sure you look good in front of people? Is it to impress a couple of guys, a couple of girls at the beach during the summer, or is it for you to actually take your health and want to not have a heart attack in 20-25 years? You have to ask yourselves these questions. Why am I doing this? Why am I deciding to work out? Is this something that is very shallow, or is this something that's actually gonna be for the best of my life, and even to better other people in their lives as well? A lot of times we find ourselves in these situations where, it's even when we look at it in our sinful ways, it's like, we do things just for short-term, momentary pleasures instead of looking at it from the full aspect or the full spectrum of this world. And I'm not saying that, I'm away from that, because everybody sins. What I'm saying, at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. But at the same time, we have to try to strive for something better. So figure out why you want to work out. What's your motivation? You got to figure that thing out, because if you don't find a true motivation, that's what's actually causing you to make sure that you're staying in that same couch, or staying in that same mentality to believe that this is not for you. For the most part, a lot of people have the misconception that fitness, bodybuilding, all that different stuff is for certain people. Bodybuilding is for certain people. CrossFit is for certain people. Swimming, running, cycling, home workouts, all that different stuff, weight training, powerlifting, whatever the case is, all that different stuff are for different people. However, you have to figure out what it is that is for you. So, let's say you're not a power lifter, but you want to be a bodybuilder. Do that. Let's say you're not a cyclist, but you want to be a swimmer. Do that. Let's say you're not a swimmer, but you want to be a runner, or you want to do track, or you want to, do wall climbing, or you want to do something. The point is, figure out what you want to do and do it. Get active. That's what Pump Priority is all about. The whole point is for you to figure out something that you enjoy and stick to it. Stay consistent, because at the end of the day, it's gonna help you. So for you to just say, hey, you know what, I'm just not gonna do anything because what most people are doing right now is weightlifting. What most people are doing right now is CrossFit. I don't like that, so I'm not gonna follow that trend, so I'm not gonna do anything. That's bull. That's whack. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You have to find out what's good for you. Find out what's good for you and start doing it. Get active. Get off your couch. Get yourself in there. Don't make any more excuses. People are making excuses 24/7. Stop making excuses, man. At the end of the day, all you have to do is keep your priorities straight.